Welcome to the Social Bee podcast with your host, Louise Brogan. Every week, Louise will be bringing you a podcast all about women entrepreneurs, talking about their challenges, their goals, and inspiring you to either start your own business or grow the business you have. Visit www.socialbeeni.com to join our community and pick up some lovely freebies to start marketing your business online today.
Hello and welcome to this very special episode of the Social Bee podcast. So this will be going out on the 21st of May, which is actually the launch date of my very first online summit called Raise Your Visibility. I've been talking to you about it for a couple of weeks now. 16 now amazing women entrepreneurs who have all given their time and knowledge to help you to raise your visibility online. From Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, to blogging and YouTubing and video and branding. There's just so much amazing stuff in the summit. I'm really excited to share it with you all. So that was the first thing. And if you haven't signed up, do go and sign up. There'll be a link in the podcast, or if you go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/socialbeeni, you'll see a link there to sign up as well. If you're listening to this in the future, you can still grab a copy of all the training videos in there. They will be part of the Social Bee Academy, or you can buy an all-access pass to get access to the videos once the summit is over as well. And there'll be a link for that below too. So what did I want to talk to you about today? Last week, I had the opportunity to join 18 other small business owners from across the UK to attend a very special training day at Facebook HQ in London. I think quite a few people are interested as to how I actually got into this position in the first place. So you may remember on my podcast, I interviewed a very wonderful person called Jennifer Corcoran. Her business is my super connector, and she does what she says on the tin. Jennifer is an amazing connector and networker. And we met through, I don't even remember how we met. We met somewhere online. And Jennifer introduced me to Enterprise Nation, which is a 70,000 strong organisation across the UK of small businesses and entrepreneurs. And Jennifer brought me into Enterprise Nation, and she nominated me for one of their top 50 small business advisors in 2018. And I was listed in the top 10 IT/online business advisors for the UK, which was amazing. And I went to London. This is where I go back to talking about how to invest in yourself and your business. I went to London and met the other people who were in the top 50 small business advisors. Most of them hadn't travelled as far as I had. And we had a really lovely event. It was about a couple of hours long, and I met lots of other people there. But at that event, Jennifer introduced me to Lorna, who heads up the UK's SheMeansBusiness programme with Facebook and Enterprise Nation. And I said to Lorna that I'd be very interested in getting involved with that and bringing it to Northern Ireland. So, long story short, I am the SheMeansBusiness accredited trainer with Facebook and Enterprise Nation. And the purpose of the programme is to train/educate/inform 10,000 female entrepreneurs or female founders across the UK this year on how they can use Facebook and Instagram to help them in their business. So on Tuesday of last week, I flew to London again, and my kids are like, "Mommy, how often are you going to be going to London?" So I don't think I'm going to London again until November, until I go back to Youpreneur Summit, but you never say never. And I went to Facebook and I learned lots of really interesting stuff along with these other 18 small business owners. I do train people already on how to use social media for their business, and I had my first solo workshop last week in Northern Ireland. I had 9 small business owners. It was really brilliant. I loved it, and I'm going to try and do one a month. I'm doing another one in June in a town called Ballymena in Northern Ireland, and if you are local to me, then you can find out more information about that on my Facebook page as well. So yes, I do know a lot about how to use Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Facebook pages, groups, all that's really good stuff. But I also learned stuff that I didn't really necessarily know or think about. yesterday. So that's what I wanted to kind of share with you today, some of my key takeaways. And the number one takeaway really that I got from the day was the focus to be mobile. So small businesses need to be using mobile in order to reach their audiences. 90% of viewed content online in the UK is through a mobile phone. So just think about that, 90% of viewed content. 3 in 4 people customize the home screen on their mobile phone. So if you grab your mobile phone and look at it and you turn it on and you're looking at your home screen, you will see the apps that you use most. In the room yesterday of 20 people, one person hadn't customised their home screen. Everyone else has their favourite apps on their home screen. So just think about that. You want to be front and centre for that person when they're looking at their phone. The average person, and I think this is quite shocking, spends 3 hours a day on the phone. So as a small business owner or an entrepreneur, or say if you are a coach, I know Julie listens to the podcast, so just hi Julie. If you are a solicitor wanting to work with small businesses, the best way for you to get in front of your customers, of your customer base, is to be accessible on their mobiles, on social media. And without a doubt, Facebook is the number one. It's the number one social media app, and you can absolutely reach people using Facebook. So 2.7 billion people access Facebook on mobile every month, which is amazing. And the average amount of time people spend on Facebook every day is 40 minutes. And this is spread out across the day, so they might check. This episode is brought to you by the Social Bee Academy, your online learning space to market and grow your business. With monthly training, live group coaching calls, a thriving community and resource library. If you're looking for learning, focus and accountability, the Social Bee Academy is for you. Come and check it out at www.louisebrogan.com. Check it in the morning when they're having their breakfast. If they're commuting, they might check it on their commute. They might grab their phone at lunchtime. They might be in the queue and getting their groceries or grabbing their lunch. They're looking at their phones. Just look around you right now. If you're in a public space, and look and see how many people are looking at their phones. And these numbers start to really make sense. So as small business owners, we want to be part of that. We want to be on there, which is the whole reason behind this rollout of SheMeansBusiness. The other really interesting thing that came out of yesterday was the split description of Facebook versus Instagram. So we spent a lot of time looking at Instagram, and I learned some really cool little tricks on how to create really cool images for Instagram stories. I also got the most gorgeous water bottle, Instagram themed water bottle, which I must share with you all on Instagram. But the difference between Facebook and Instagram is Facebook is seen as the place for personal connection. So that's where the big push is to really have people connecting with their friends and family on Facebook. And that's how businesses that make a connection, if you go on there as yourself and are, I hate this word because it's so overused, but if you are your authentic self on Facebook, you're much more likely to connect with other people who can become your clients and customers. But on the flip side of that, Instagram is where people go for their daily inspiration. So think about what the kind of stuff you see on Instagram. You might see inspirational quotes, or it depends what you're interested in. You might see beautiful holiday destinations, or you might see somebody who's like super fit and drinking super healthy green smoothies and stuff. So people go to Facebook to connect, and they go to Instagram for inspiration. So when you think about the content that you're putting out as a small business owner, think about those two platforms in those terms, and it starts to make a lot more sense, and you'll start to get a lot more traction on both of them. 44% of Facebook users say they find out about new products or services on Facebook. So 44%. So that's if you ever go on Facebook and you're looking for a plumber, you type in plumber at the top, and it shows you, hopefully, or you ask your friends, can they recommend a plumber? And they share the plumber's Facebook page with you. Finding out about new products or services on Facebook. And that's really fascinating as well for me, because I do some Facebook Lives. I talk about the products and services that I have on there. I don't believe I oversell. In fact, I was talking to somebody last week who said that I don't actually sell at all. And I think she's suggesting that it's amazing I have a business because I'm not a seller. So I'm trying to be better at selling my products and services. I have to say it's not something that really comes naturally to me. So anyway, it was really interesting to be at the event and to get all these updates. And I am going to be hosting a monthly meetup for women entrepreneurs, female founders in Belfast. And my first one is actually the 17th of May, which will be in the past when this goes live. And the next one will be the 13th of June. And those will be in Belfast City Centre. There will be a SheMeansBusiness meetup locally to you in the UK, because of the 19 people the other 18 people were from all over the UK as well. So hopefully you'll be able to find one near to you. Another tip that I have that I got yesterday was, people ask all the time, how many times do you have to post on your Facebook page? And the word from the horse's mouth was 3 to 5 times a week. So it was really funny because I instantly went onto my Facebook page and removed lots of scheduled stuff. 3 to 5 times a week, quality, connecting posts on your Facebook page. So let's try that and see how we get on. I'd love to hear how you do with that. Other stuff we talked about was going live on Facebook, which I love to do anyway, and about Messenger. So Facebook also they have 3 messaging platforms. So if you can guess what those are. One of them is Facebook Messenger itself. And I definitely get messages from people all the time wanting to work with me through Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram Direct. So you can send messages on Instagram. I don't know if you're aware of that. I'm in little message threads on Instagram really only in the last few months. And it's really interesting to see that rising. 80% of adults and 91% of teenagers message every day, use various form of messaging apps on the internet every day. So you need to think about that in terms of your business as well. And if you've been to one of my training courses, or you can look at my Facebook for Business online, I teach you how to set up your messenger so that you can have automatic responses if you're not there, or to use like little chat bots to respond to people as well. So I hope you found that really useful. Totally fascinated by the big push for mobile, and certainly I will be thinking about all the images that I use from now on Facebook, that they are mobile friendly, because you want it to look good in somebody's mobile news feed. It's not about the desktop. And it's ironic because most of the people in the room there, and I absolutely am the same, create a lot of their work and create a lot of their content on a desktop. And you've got to think, how does this look on a mobile? So the other thing is, if you have a website, and hopefully you do by now, how is your website mobile friendly? If it's not, you're wasting your time. You've got to be mobile friendly, both on your social media and on your website. So I really hope you found this useful. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you through the online summit. There'll be a link below, raising our visibility online. And if you want to use that hashtag, raise your visibility, you can join in the chat on Twitter as well, or come and join us in the Facebook group. And I'm going to be bringing a couple of people, well, I'm hopefully bringing all of the people in the summit onto the podcast over the next few weeks. So looking forward to sharing their stories with you as well. So thank you so much for listening in to the Social Bee podcast. And we will be having some longer episodes with interviews coming up again soon. But I just wanted to give you a run through of my day at Facebook in London. It was really good fun. Didn't even get to talk to you about the how the workspace is set up. It was really cool. There's like a sweetie bar you could get your sweeties from. I drew a pebble and left it there with a social bee on it. There's a giant Instagram wall. You can create your own Facebook posters. It's a really nice place to work. I came home and my son said to me, I want to work at Facebook when I'm a grown-up. So they need to open an office near Belfast because, Irish mummies don't like their kids to move too far. Okay, thank you so much for listening to the Social Bee podcast, and I will catch up with you next week. And I'm off now to check in on everybody in the summit. Thanks, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbeeni.com